Well, I'm sad to say that it is officially over. Hey guys, welcome back to the DrCliffAuD vlog. This is vlog number 299, and today I want to talk to you guys about something in my professional career that has finally come to an end. But before I get into today's video, guys, do me a huge favor, click the like button, really helps out the channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well. It's greatly appreciated. So those of you who've been following my vlog for a while now, about 7 or 8 months ago, you may have seen me make a post about the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Now, I used to go to that university. That's where I got my doctorate in audiology. I was there from 2012 to 2016 when I graduated. But the university actually, just to bring you up to speed, the university reached out to me in 2018 and they asked me to run a business practice course there. Just to give you a little bit of more background information here, when I was a student at the university, I submitted a student business plan to the business plan competition for the Academy of Doctors of Audiology, and I came in second place in that competition. And even though I did not win the competition, it was a very valuable learning experience for me. And I think it gave the university confidence that if they wanted to start a business practice course, that they could lean on me to actually do that. And at the time, I started my clinic in 2017, Applied Hearing Solutions. And so I actually had some from ground up building my own practice experience. And even though by the time that I was teaching this course, it was a summer course, it was 8 weeks long, and the whole purpose of the course was to teach students how to start a practice and create a business plan. Immediately I jumped in. I had to create all the curriculum myself. I had to take all the experience that I had from actually starting a clinic on my own and submitting for a student business plan to the competition, and then ultimately submitting a real business plan so I could get funded, because I had to take out a $100,000 loan to get the practice started. And I combined that with some of my own money that I had from my military career and all of that, was able to start the practice. But the university had reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to actually teach this course? We're gonna pay you like $3,000 a year to do it. So it was almost no money, but the biggest thing that I really wanted to do it for was because it gave me access to the library at the University of Illinois. So the entire time that I've been creating video content here, I've been pretty much able to go into their library and pull research articles that I use to actually create my videos, which is really, really nice to have access to actual research for this video content. But they reached out to me again. It was about, I would say about a year ago or so, actually a little less than a year ago. It was pretty much right before I ended up making my last vlog video saying that they were shutting down the program. And I ended up making a video about it because they had sent out an email to everyone who is an adjunct lecturer or part of the program, because they were going to have a meeting about the future of the program. So I wasn't able to attend, but they sent out an email to all of the instructors basically saying that they had come to the decision that they were going to have to shut down the program. And it wasn't official yet, so I actually had to pull down that video that I had posted. I'll go ahead and activate it for you guys again, make it live again, because it is official now that they are shutting down the program. And they still wanted me to teach one last business practice course. So the reason that I'm actually making this video today is because today was the last day of that course. I graded all of the final business plans and it's officially over. I am no longer teaching at the University of Illinois. I still have to submit the grades and all of that. I'm still going to go into the library and try to get as many research articles downloaded as I possibly can. But yeah, it's over. And as of when you guys are watching this, I've been done for about a week or so at this point. But it's just kind of weird to see where the profession of audiology is going from a student standpoint, or from a program standpoint, not even really a student standpoint. But my class only had, 6 individuals in it. There was a class that I taught that had only 2 individuals in it. The class that I'm teaching right now, or just got done teaching rather, had 9 students in it. So, it's not like they had this burgeoning program that just had endless amount of students. In fact, there was discussion about shutting it down back when I was a student, and that we were going to be like one of the last classes going through there. You may know that Arizona State University shut down their program. They have no more students going through their program. They just graduated their last class last year. So things are changing in the world of audiology from the program standpoint. The fact of the matter is that the programs are getting more and more expensive, and the amount of salary that you would expect from becoming an audiologist is not going up dramatically. And a big reason for that, in my opinion, is all of the insurance influence inside of the world of audiology, whether it's with hearing aids, whether it's with vestibular, whether it's with any other aspect that you want to specialize in inside of audiology. Unless you're going into private pay, private practice, it probably doesn't make sense to get a degree in audiology, if you ask me, based on the amount of student loan debt that you would have. So, for me, I'll say lucky, but, I went to the military, so I had military GI Bill benefits, I had Illinois Veterans Grant benefits to pay for my audiology degree, so I was able to come out without any student loan debt. But not a lot of people go into the military to get their school paid for, relatively speaking. And so you've got some of these students going into these programs that are costing, $30-some thousand a year to get their audiology degree, and it's a 4-year degree program. I mean, just think of the amount of student loan debt that you're going to have for that. And like I said, unless you go into a very specific niche inside of the world of audiology, I don't know how you would ever pay your student loan debt back. And, and again, with insurance, reducing reimbursement rates for different treatments, that has to come out of somewhere. And that somewhere is the salary that you would get as an audiologist, right? It's going to come out of the clinic owner's pocket or the organization that you work for's pocket, and things are not getting cheaper. Inflation, keeps increasing the pricing of things, and so it's just getting tougher and tougher, and you're starting to see the squeeze on the university level because a lot of students are kind of looking at how much student loan debt that they would get coming out of a program, and they're like, I don't know what the median salary is for an audiologist, but I would guess that it's somewhere in the $70,000 to $80,000 range. I mean, it's not like earth-shattering. I mean, you can get higher salaries in a variety of other professions that require significantly less education. In fact, you can get a lot of, a really good salary in certain professions that require no college or post-secondary education, because it takes 7 to 8 years to become a doctor of audiology of post-high school education. And that's a lot of work to come out, only making $70,000 to $80,000 a year. Now, if insurance wasn't involved, you would see the salaries of audiologists be commensurate with the amount of education that's required to become an audiologist. Unfortunately, as of right now, insurance is going to continue doing what it's going to do, and there's not a heck of a lot that we can do. Now, I will say this. I'm actually really proud to be a small business owner and to be a private practice clinic at my clinic Applied Hearing Solutions, where we do not accept insurance outside of Medicare. And the reason that we made that decision was because it allows us to provide a higher quality of care to our patients, but it also allows me to employ really good audiologists and have their salaries be high enough to justify the education that they actually got. And I take a lot of pride in that, because I think it's really important that people make a really good living, but at the same time, provide a high quality of care to do so, if that makes sense. I don't like the idea of, I had the potential to go and just work at a ENT clinic and make $50,000 a year just doing audiograms all day. And, to me, that seemed like a waste of my talent. And it wouldn't have been enough to it would have been enough for me because I didn't have any student loan debt, but it wouldn't have been enough for someone who just went into $150,000 in debt to go in and do a job like that. And so those jobs still exist out there, but I'm happy to be able to say that if you come and you work for me, you're going to make a really good living working at my clinic. But there's only so many clinics out there that are private pay that can justify paying an audiologist what they're actually worth, and enough to actually justify going to a degree program that you're going into 6 figures of debt. But, it's kind of a sad day a little bit here, knowing that not just University of Illinois is shutting down their program, but there's other programs that are struggling that are going to be shutting down here sooner or later. And I don't know what the future of audiology holds at this point in terms of getting new, younger audiologists into the profession, because we are not replacing the retiring audiologists. We do not have enough new audiologists. We knew that this was a problem all along. I'm starting to think that maybe having a doctorate level degree for audiology might not have been the best route to go in terms of that. But at the end of the day, I like being a doctor of audiology. I have a lot of pride in my profession and what I do. It's just unfortunate to see what's really happening here. And I don't know if 10 to 20 years from now, you're going to have really highly qualified individuals to go to for hearing and vestibular treatment. But we'll see. We'll see what happens ultimately here in the future. In the meantime, I've got to see if I can find another place that I can go and teach business practice at, so I can gain access to their library, so I can keep getting access to to research articles that way. But let me know what you think. Do you think it's a good thing that programs are shutting down, or a bad thing that programs are shutting down? Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand, and if there is no demand, there really shouldn't be any supply. But let me know what you think down in the comment section, and I'll see you next week.